Let's talk about something huge today. What does it really mean to exist? Are we just here for a little while and then gone? Or is there a part of us, the real us, that lasts forever? Well, we're going to dig right into that by looking at one single mind-blowing verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, get this. This is the verse that kicks off our whole discussion. Krishna says this on an ancient battlefield, and wow, it's an incredible statement, right? And notice how direct it is. It's not some vague, flowery metaphor. It's a straight-up promise about you, about me, about every single one of us. An unbroken, eternal existence. Okay, so let's really dive into that. What's the takeaway here for you and me? The commentary in our source material explains that this isn't just about some vague life force continuing on. No, it's about us, as individuals, continuing. And this brings us to a huge concept: eternal individuality. Now check out this key phrase here, in both the conditioned and liberated states. That's huge. What it's saying is that your uniqueness, your very personality, isn't something you're supposed to lose when you become spiritually enlightened. It's an essential, permanent part of who you are. And you know, this isn't just a one-off idea found only in the Gita. Our source points out that other ancient texts, like the Kaṭha Upaniṣad, say the same thing. I mean, listen to the words, eternal living entities. That's plural, right? It's painting a picture of reality that's filled with countless, unique, eternal individuals, all in a relationship with one supreme individual. So it seems pretty open and shut, doesn't it? We have a direct statement from Krishna, and it's backed up by other scriptures. But, you know, when it comes to the big questions, it's never that easy. It turns out, this idea isn't accepted by everyone, and the debate itself really opens up some fascinating questions about reality. So to really get this, we've got to look at the other side of the coin. The source text introduces a totally different school of thought, the Mayavadi philosophy, which looks at this very same verse and comes to a radically different conclusion. For this school of thought, that feeling of me, you know, your individual personality, that's actually seen as part of the problem. It's a temporary illusion, this covering, that's hiding a much deeper, unified truth. So think about that. The ultimate goal here isn't to perfect who you are, it's to disappear. Liberation means your individual soul stops being distinct and just merges, like a drop of water into the ocean, into this vast, impersonal spiritual light called Brahman. Now this is where it gets really interesting. The commentary we're looking at doesn't just ignore this other view. It tackles it head-on, using the Gita's own words to build a powerful counterargument. It really sets up a fundamental choice. So let's put these two ideas right next to each other. On one side, you have the Gita's view, as our commentary presents it. Your individuality is real, it's eternal, and liberation means a loving relationship. On the other side, individuality is just a temporary illusion, and liberation means merging into one big impersonal whole. I mean, you can't get more different than that. We're talking about two completely opposite destinations. And the commentary really lays out its argument point by point. First, Krishna is the supreme authority, so he can't be suffering from some illusion himself. Plus, think about the wording. He specifically mentions the past, the present, and the future. That's a pretty airtight statement. The commentary also points out, hey, this can't be about our temporary bodies, because the Gita already shot that idea down. Really, it all hinges on accepting Krishna's divine status. If you don't accept that, the whole text kind of falls apart. Okay, so if the Gita's message is so direct, why is there even a debate? That's the million-dollar question, right? Well, the source text gives us a really fascinating explanation for why some people might miss this deeper meaning. The commentary basically says that this isn't just about intellectual horsepower. It's not a riddle you can solve with your brain alone. It proposes that to really get the Gita's deeper meaning, you need a certain kind of attitude, a certain kind of heart. And to explain this, the text gives us this brilliant analogy. Picture a bee, right? And it desperately wants some honey, but the honey is inside a sealed glass jar. The bee can buzz all around it, it can see the honey, it can land on the glass, but it can't taste it because there's a barrier in the way. And that's the whole point of the analogy. The honey, that's the Gita's true, sweet meaning, this incredible truth of eternal individuality. The glass bottle, well, that's the barrier created by an approach that isn't based on devotion. So how do you open the bottle? According to the text, it's through devotion. That's the key that lets you go beyond just looking at the truth and actually taste it.
So, when you boil it all down, the commentary is saying that the Gita isn't just some philosophy book you can figure out like a puzzle. It's a mystical text, and its biggest secrets, like the reality of our eternal soul, are only unlocked for those who approach it with, a heart of devotion.
And this all leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. If you really take this idea to heart, that you personally are an eternal individual, how does that change, well, everything? How does it change your sense of purpose, your relationships, not just for today, but for eternity? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.